That is a bomb-ass cover. Isn't it, though? I love this cover. It's a boy sitting on a pile of words. That's not me, by the way. But one of the things I struggled with this book, it's called The Paper Orchestra. And I love that title, but I was like, this is going to be really hard to make a cover for it because it's not a book about music. How do we convey what's inside the book with a cover? And so, tonally, the book is very similar to David Sedaris. It's a collection of personal essays, and I was certainly inspired by his work. So I just started researching who had done his covers, and I found this one guy named Steve Snyder who did one of his early covers. I don't know him. I slide into his DMs, I tell him what I'm working on, and he says, oh, that sounds interesting. Send me the manuscript. I send it to him. A couple days later, he writes back, look, I'm retired right now, but I love this manuscript so much, I would come out of retirement just to do this. I'm like, wow, perfect. And I said, but I don't know what the budget is. I don't know what I can pay you. He goes, oh, I'll do it for free, just so that it's the last thing I work on, so it's my legacy. And I'm like, that is perfect. It's like, what an honor that is. So we go back and forth on this for a couple months, and in the end, he has to back out because he's retired and he wants to travel the world with his family. I get it, right? But the point I'm trying to make with that is, you know, if you create something that people really like, people will come out of the woodwork to help you, just to be attached to it. You don't have to beg them, hey, help me out with my movie, with my project. If they love it, they'll do it just because it looks good for them. You understand? Anyway, so Steve refers me to this woman that he trained named Jenny Carroll. I'll tag her as well. And Steve, by the way, is a really talented artist. That's what he does now at this time. I'll tag him. Go check out his page. So Jenny and I go back. We're working on this cover for a couple months. And she's getting closer, but she's never quite nailing it. And I get it. The title's impossible. That's my fault. One day she comes back with a cover that was pretty good, but wasn't quite it yet. Anyway, the universe was conspiring to help me with this. I'm serious. And I happened to see an article online about, you know, a museum installation. I don't usually read those articles, but I click on it, and there I see the cover that she was going to choose for my book. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the cover. And I click on it, and then I find out the artist's name. Then I go to his website to check out his other work, and there was the cover. And this is the guy. The guy's name is Tone Yosin. I'll tag him as well as I can. And I go, that's perfect because that's how I see the book. It's about a boy sitting on a pile of words, just trying to make sense of stuff. But it's magical and it's creative and it's thoughtful and pensive. I go, that's exactly what the book is. So we licensed the cover from Tone. I hope I'm saying his name right. He's a Dutch artist. And then, great, we start building up. Jenny starts designing the cover. And then I reach out to Tone. I said, listen, how much more do I have to pay you if I want to put the cover on like merch, on on T-shirts and mugs and stuff like that? And he says, as long as you write a paper orchestra under it, then it's marketing for your book and it's included in what you're paying me. And I say, okay, thank you. I'm going to pay you extra anyway. Why? Because I'm a terrible businessman? Yes. But also because artists do that. Artists support other artists. Even when you don't have to, just support other artists, right? So I pay a little extra for it, even though I don't have to. And that's another point I want to make to you. If you want people to support your art, you need to support other people's art. It's a cycle. You got to put it out. It's the energy you put out. It's all part of the cycle that you want to insert yourself into, which is why I'm on here every day, hopefully helping you, other artists, to inspire you, right? So because I'm giving out, I'm hoping people come out, they discover my book. It's all part of getting in the cycle. Thank you. It is a bomb-ass cover. And thank you to Jenny, thank you to Steve, and thank you to Tony. And I'll tag all of them. And my book is over here. Go get it. Thanks so much.